Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. We're going to quickly jump into CoinGecko here. We're currently sitting at a $2.13 trillion market cap, currently up 2.4% for the day. Looking at the top 10 here, Bitcoin sitting at 44,558, Ethereum sitting at 3,246, Tether's Tether, Binance Coin sitting at 423, XRP sitting at 89 cents, Cardano sitting at $1.20, Solana sitting at 114, DOT sitting at $22, Terra sitting at $57. Looking at the top 24-hour gainer, we have Wave sitting at 14%, Canadian sitting at 13%, and so on. So we have some decent gainers coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Just like we covered in our previous video, we're finally out of that fear and extreme fear range, which is quite refreshing for the market. So there's a lot more positivity and optimism going on in the market, which is absolutely huge. To finally see us out of this range is so refreshing. It's such a good feeling. Let's see, if we can continue to hold strong, hold support, and continue to on our bull cycle in this market, just to bring that excitement and euphoria back in the market. So being at this level is massive. I want to be quite brief with this, so we're just going to jump into the articles here. So this has been the talk of, news media outlets, and then a lot on Twitter's. Russian government and central bank agreed to treat Bitcoin as currency. Cryptocurrency transactions of more than 600,000 rubles, roughly $8,000, will have to be declared. Otherwise, it could be considered a criminal act. So this is absolutely massive. There's been a huge talk about how at one point, Putin and Russia were, in a sense, leaning towards, banning, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But like now, they completely did a 180 shift and now are going full steam ahead with trying to legalize and make Bitcoin legal tender and legalize utilizing digital assets as currency, which is absolutely massive. So coming over here, Cointelegraph also has an article that says, ban less likely. Putin says crypto mining has its advantages in Russia. Putin says that a surplus of electricity and well-trained personnel give Russia a competitive advantage in crypto mining. He quotes, "Of course, we also have certain competitive advantages here, especially in the so-called mining. I mean, the surplus of the electricity and well-trained personnel available in the country. We need to give these technologies the opportunity to develop." I mean, just this quote alone is absolutely massive. And to hear it from, this article in Russia and Putin, I mean, man, we in the United States need to get our stuff together. We talk about, fairness, investor protection, and, we want to try to stay ahead of this trends. We know that, our generations coming up are valuing cryptocurrency and digital assets more. So we need to kind of get on board. It's like, okay, well, stop talking about it and do it. We need to give these technologies the opportunity to develop. Absolutely. And whenever we do develop some sort of regulatory clarity within a space, I hope it's fair and just and it allows the space to truly flourish and grow. We don't need any sort of regulation that's going to overstep and be overpower and trying to overdominate the space and hinder the innovation and growth that happens in our space. So that's quite refreshing to hear that. The USA needs to get on board so we don't fall further behind. Coming over here, Bitcoin supply on exchange hits new multi-year low of 13.27%. And this is on News BTC. So on-chain data shows that the Bitcoin supply on exchanges have continued to go down despite the crash and has now hit a multi-year low. As per the latest weekly report from Glassnode, the percentage of Bitcoin supply on exchanges has now declined to a multi-year low of 13.27%. The percentage of supply on exchanges is an indicator that measures the percent of total circulating Bitcoin supply that currently stored in exchange wallets. So this is overwhelming, to be quite honest. A 13.27% that's available. There was forgot who was talking about it, but I was watching a podcast and they were talking about if all the millionaires around the world wanted one Bitcoin, at least they couldn't even get it just because of what's mined and what's held and what's stored off in cold storage off exchanges. So there's not enough Bitcoin to go around for even all the millionaires to even have one Bitcoin. So to see that, Bitcoin just keeps getting siphoned off exchanges and put into cold storage. Obviously, you have the Michael Saylors of the world, the Teslas, the Elon Musks, the countries adopting Bitcoin. It's quite evident that Bitcoin obviously has its staying power. It's here to stay. They see it as a store of value, and they just keep accumulating. So just making this so-called supply on exchanges go lower and lower and lower. So literally, you're going to be fighting, just like the miners are fighting for the last percentages of the mined Bitcoin. You're going to be fighting for the last percentages of available Bitcoin on exchanges. So this is absolutely massive, and it's not just Bitcoin. This is going to start trickling in more and more to other digital assets, and it's happening as we speak. So this is absolutely massive. When there's not enough Bitcoin to be bought, the demand is going to increase. When the demand increase, oh boy, price explosion. Coming over here, Wells Fargo report argues it's not too late to invest in crypto. Banking giant Wells Fargo said it's not too late to buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but investors still need to tread with caution. So this is I guess it's some positive news. I mean, this is not for us being in the crypto space. This isn't any new for us, but this is huge for other people that are kind of sitting on the sidelines, kind of are iffy about the space, don't have much trust or faith in the space. So for them to see that, Wells Fargo is doing their own due diligence with their research and data collection. They're bringing out this information. This can entice those millions of people sitting on the sideline that use Wells Fargo and that values Wells Fargo's opinion on things. They see this and it just kind of brings them in and kind of allows them to get their toes a little wet so they can kind of explore and see what the crypto space has to offer. So, I mean, this is some positive news and this is massive and it's not too late. We are so early. We are currently at a $2.13 trillion market cap. We are super early. Coming over here, Pomp had tweeted, every city, every country, every state, every county, every state, every country, Bitcoin is inevitable. And he's responding to this tweet by Bitcoin Magazine. It says, just in, Tennessee lawmaker Jason Powell proposes bill to allow the state to invest in Bitcoin. So obviously we were talking about Arizona trying to make Bitcoin legal tender as well. So he's saying every city, every county, every state, every country, Bitcoin is inevitable. I think the crypto market is inevitable. And pretty soon, whether it's 3, 5, 10 years down the line, we're going to see a multitude of digital assets utilized, for purchasing things, exchanging here and there, sending this to my buddy across the borders, utilizing the Cash App to send crypto to, my brothers or sisters or whatever the case is. It's just going to be so normal. It's just like pulling out your credit card to pay for things. I truly believe it. It's not just Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency and digital assets. Absolutely massive, Pump. So coming over here, a lot of positivity when it comes to adoption and awareness and stuff. But I wanted to cover this. Blockworks had tweeted, JP Morgan in 2017, Bitcoin is a fraud. JP Morgan in 2021, investors could make Bitcoin 1% of their portfolios. So we've talked about how like big players, big institutions and big companies, they were super negative and had reservations against Bitcoin and digital assets. But like we all know, behind closed doors, they already knew all about it. They were probably accumulating on the under, kind of just suppressing, smaller people to get in. Who knows? These are all allegations, but I'm not the only one in the community that kind of feels that way. So to see that, I mean, it's like, okay, we know what you're doing. It's kind of like, I'll tell you one thing, but I'm going to be doing something else type thing. So now look at this. It says JP Morgan, a long-term price target for Bitcoin is 150,000. So it's like, all right, bro, you're going to keep flip-flopping. That's cool. People that value JP Morgan, that utilize JP Morgan services and stuff, when they see this, it just brings more positivity and optimism within the space, which is huge. Coming over here, it says breaking, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager of $10 trillion under management, to offer crypto trading. So that's absolutely massive. That's huge. More exposure. Come on over here. It says BlackRock 2022 will be a game changer for the metaverse. We've been talking about NFTs, crypto gaming, metaverse. Facebook converting to Meta. Metaverse has been a massive word and a massive topic that's been literally taking over all the headways, taking over all the articles, flying through the Twitterverse. Metaverse is absolutely massive. So to see, BlackRock being, joining the bandwagon, just like, Walmart, Nike, all the other big corporations and companies in the industry, BlackRock 2022 will be a game changer for the metaverse. So obviously we know the metaverse is absolutely massive. So this is some positivity. Coming over here, it says breaking, Microsoft is hiring a director of crypto business development. The responsibilities include laying the foundation to support and affirm Microsoft's Web 3.0 strategy. It's happening, guys. Adoption is happening day after day after day, okay? The dominoes have already fallen, okay? It's just going to continue to trickle down. More and more and more stuff's going to come. More adoption is going to be... They don't want to fall behind. Nobody wants to be Blockbuster, okay? So they're doing their due diligence now to try to get in this thing. Coming over here, Disney earnings call. Metaverse is a priority and a key pillar of our business future. Absolutely massive. Here we go again. Metaverse, metaverse, metaverse. It's absolutely massive. NFTs, gaming, crypto gaming, metaverse, massive. And that's just certain sectors within the crypto space. And this is huge. So there's been a lot of speculation on, who Terra is going to be partnering with, but it's finally came out. So it says MLB Washington Nationals partners with Terra, the first deal between a DAO and a sports franchise. So we've been seeing the partnerships happening left and right. So this is just another massive one. Terra signs a 5-year, $40 million sponsorship deal with MLB team Washington Nationals. So coming down here, just to touch on it, it says, quote, "We are excited to partner with Terra to name our most exclusive club and exploring bringing powerful new fan experiences to national parks, including the use of the UST, so US Terra, cryptocurrency to make purchases," says Mark D. Lerner, managing principal owner of the Washington Nationals. So that's absolutely massive. Just more exposure to, the crypto markets. And obviously we talked a lot about the Super Bowl coming. So there's going to be a lot of crypto ads that's, going to be played during the Super Bowl. So that's going to be millions and millions of eyes on crypto. And whether, it's FTX, Binance, Terra, or whatever companies, paying for their ad slots, their 30-second ad slots, it doesn't matter. The whole point is once those viewers see like a Terra ad, for instance, if they throw up an ad, which I'm sure they will, say they see an ad, right? They're going to throw up an ad and they're going to see, okay, Terra. Okay, what is Terra? What is this crypto stuff? So they're going to, look into Terra, but they're going to start diving into what crypto is. And they're going to see Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're going to be like, oh, okay. They're going to learn more about it and, dip their toes in. And once they kind of explore a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable, then they're going to dive into the deep end with us and see what the crypto space have to offer in general. It's absolutely massive. Stuff is happening. Adoption is happening. The writing's on the wall. We're on the right side of history when it comes to the crypto market. There's so much positivity. Even when we were in these dark times for a while, there was still adoption and positivity happening. It's just a matter of time, okay? It's a matter of when, not if. This market is going to be massive. We're sitting at a $2.13 trillion market cap. We are so early to the party. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.